We are back in the living room this week on another project buster with more crochet. This week is all about getting another dinosaur done in a style that I haven't done before. Hi, my name's Charlotte and welcome to my YouTube channel. So if you haven't come across my Project Buster series before, it is all about getting rid of those small projects, not getting rid of them, but finally doing those projects that I have been putting off for a little bit too long. The reason why we are in our living room today is because my studio is still full. At the time of filming this, it's before Christmas and we still have the kitchen in my studio and around the house as that's still getting done. So I am here in the living room with Oscar getting cuddles. Look at you. So as I said, today I am going to be doing another dinosaur. It's a different dinosaur. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember what it's called. It's the one with the really long neck and tail. If you know what it is, drop a comment down below and relieve me of my terror of calling it a wrong dinosaur name. This one I have filmed over a few days just because of lighting and unfortunately phone storage. I had to sort that one out before getting back to it. It was also really nice to take a break, to be able to just have that pause, especially because I jumped from one dinosaur to the next. However, let's get on with it. So re-welcome to my absolutely full studio. You can see the tail of the other dinosaur here. This is where I've gotten up to, and you can see that I have a flap here. That is because this hasn't been the best pattern I've ever purchased. It's been really bitty and it's been really confusing, and I normally make all the shapes that you need and then sew them all together. That's how I created Plod here. So I created all of the shapes and then sewed them all together, and that's what I did with this one. However, it's actually told you to create 2 more shapes than what you need, because as I got to the stomach, it turns out that the shapes I sewed together here are actually already on the body. So when I finish, I'm going to be left over with 2 hexagons. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there was tears, tantrums, a lot of chocolate consumed because it wasn't the easiest pattern. So down here, this is what I was talking about previously in my other clip, where I had sewn the bottom, so all these bits together, but then turns out these were actually part of the body and they folded round. So despite crocheting the right number of pieces, because I crocheted all of them first, I now have 2 of these left over because there was like 2 extra counted. I am really happy with the overall make of this, even if it was a pain in the butt. Its legs splay a little bit, but I've stuffed it so that they're more together. But if they were on a slippy surface, they wouldn't be able to stand up. So if I pop them on my legs, it's got a little bit of grip. And yes, he is this tall, so this is him on my lap. So he's a little tall bean. But this is for a friend who does not crochet, unlike the other dinosaur, if you've seen that video. So I feel like he would just completely appreciate it. I also really enjoy this pattern because with the wool that I've used, because there's so many different wools. I've got everything from like super thin wool to sort of almost very chunky wool in here. If I pop them there, you can see all the different colours, kind of all different types. So for example, this one's a really chunky one, and then literally next door, this pinky purple one is a lot thinner, and the white that surrounds this all is quite thin as well. So by doing, for my crocheters out there, a single crochet around, I don't have the gappiness. So if I bring them both together, because I have them here, there we go. So you can see that Plod is a little chunk, and then this bad boy is just tall. He's not too wide, but he's very, very tall. I can confirm I did a massive version of Plod. I will not be doing a massive version of this one because I fear that it would end up as tall as me, especially in the kind of wool that I did. And I feel like it would need extra like wooden supports for the legs and the head, the neck and the head, because it's just so long. But this is the collection of dinosaurs that I have finished. Yay! Just show off all the crochet goodness there. So these 2 are by now in their new homes. These are Christmas presents, so hence why the videos have been released after Christmas, for I did not want these to be on my YouTube ready for my friends to be like, oh, I want one of them. It's like, yeah, it's your Christmas present. So these bad boys are now in their new homes. You're seeing this now. By the time I release this, I would not have made another one. It was a labour of love, let's put it that way. However, I can confirm that by now I've already started a new project. You'll see it in a bit if you haven't already. And if you want these patterns, this one is Heidi Bears on Etsy. It's Plod the dinosaur. She has so many great patterns on there. This one I can't remember, and I probably wouldn't suggest the pattern. However, there's loads. If you search on Etsy especially, get them straight from the makers, because they are fabulous. And I will see you soon.